education, again, I'm continuing to allude to Gandhi ji, okay, because I think this can be a very important, good section of your essay in defining what education is. Now, Gandhi ji says that education has to have three aspects. There must be an aspect related to idealism. There must be an aspect which is related to naturalism, and an aspect that is related to pragmatism. Okay, so idealism, he says, this is the core. This is the a fundamental driver. Okay, it's about ideal life. It is related to the concept of, for example, Ramarajya. This is related to some kind of ideals that we have to live up to. Okay, so talking about non-violence. Okay, talking about satyagraha, talking about sarvodaya, somewhere dedicated to the welfare of all. It's about the benefits for the society at large, something that is selflessness. So something around those concepts is the idea of sarvodaya. Okay, so this is part of the idealism he talked about in education. Then naturalism, he has stressed on the natural way of life. He has talked about nature. Okay, he has talked about a way of life that is in harmony with creation. So he has stressed lots about the merits of a life. Okay, from this he talks about life that is simple. He has talked about life that is integral to the world and its diversity. Okay, that's how he says the idea of naturalism, be it his philosophy of health, the philosophy of how he want to live his life, and finally pragmatism. This is the practical, this is the political angle of what he did. So he always believed that whatever he did should have some amount of practical utility. That's why his concept of, truce, concept of struggle, truce, pragmatism. You have to align yourself according to certain conditions, contextual. So education is something that should cater to these three aspects. And he believed that idealism is, according to him, the core of education, whereas naturalism and pragmatism, he believed, this is the practical aspect of how to live life, how to conduct true education. Taught through true education. So guys, three things telling you about how to develop the essay around education. So number one, I said that make sure your essay defines education in much more broader sense. Your essay defines education not simply in terms of schools, not simply in terms of colleges. It defines education as the larger aspect of life, grooming oneself in totality. It's about one's personality. It's about mind, body, spirit. Having said that, next about education is that Gandhian way of education, there is a core idea, there is a practical purpose to education, an education that instills certain basic qualities, plus an education that tells us how to live our life, an education that guides us in terms of what our conduct should be in real life, what our choices should be in real life. So that ways we say education, therefore, is much beyond mere books and the methods we used to, and the method that we used to create and disseminate information and knowledge. So education is much more than mere books. Education is much more than methods in which we create information, method in which we distribute, share, disseminate. the methods in which we try to teach others, education goes much beyond these two aspects. Okay, that is setting up the context of how your discussion should be developed.